Hello, in this video I'll be talking to you about the hazard perception test. Yet again, this one in a bit more depth. Anyway, let's get on with this video, and I'll talk to you about bits and pieces as I go through some of the clips that I've done screenshots of. In the bottom right hand corner, red flag, car in the right reversing out of a driveway, clearly an hazard. These are the sort of things that you'll be having to point out when taking your hazard perception test. There'll be many hazards similar to this throughout your hazard perception test. You have to spot these, remembering not to click in a pattern, otherwise you could fail your test completely and retake the old test all over again. Remembering also when you first arrive at the test centre to sign in, empty pockets, put your stuff in a locker and so forth. Also remembering to keep quiet while you're doing your test, otherwise you'll be disqualified and kicked out of the actual test station itself. These are part of the terms and conditions of the actual test and the test centre rules, so you must stick to these in full to be allowed to do the test. Your test station will look much like what you see on the screen right now. That's the sort of computer you'll be using and the sort of thing that you'll see on your screen when doing your hazard. The test itself is designed to show that your ability to spot hazards as they develop and when they develop into full hazards. Some of the clips show two hazards which you must point out and click on to get a mark. So you have to keep constraint all through your test. My personal opinion on the test is basically it's a waste of time. I feel that there might be another way forward to do this and doing this, you know. It's really it should be done like a simulator type thing. I reckon in the future they should put you on a simulator and you just use a simulator like driving on the road, and then you dodge hazards that way, not using a mouse button clicking on the screen. That for me doesn't work. This is just a suggestion for future hazard perception clips and stuff. They should do it on a simulator, which in no doubt I reckon they will do in the future. They do it for airplane drivers, so I don't see why they shouldn't also do it for like car drivers. It shows your actual ability to dodge hazards and react to hazards more properly, not just clicking with a mouse button. That is just a personal preference of mine that I like to point out. The test itself is relatively easy. As long as you practice it, you should pass with no problems. So yeah, but I just used a few example pictures to demonstrate the hazard perception test itself. I'm not going to do a mock one on the computer screen to show you what it is and click on the hazards that I spot, because that's more or less copyright. And there are videos out there like that show you people doing this, so yeah. So my advice would be basically to practice as many times as you can. This will give you the perfect chance in passing. I believe for cars these days it's £23, £24 to do your theory test, and same for motorcycles. Buses and coaches and lorries are £37 in all, but you can take the lorry and bus one in two separate stages. But anyway, this is my last and final talk about the hazard perception test itself. I've made a couple of videos on this on my channel. This is my final one that I'm doing. Anyway, I hope the information that I've given you in my video is of any use. Remember, arrive at the test centre 15 minutes before your test is due to start. Put all your stuff in a locker, make sure you've got nothing in your pockets whatsoever, mobile phone, stuff like that. Turn that off as well and show the test centre staff that it is switched off. They'll ask you to do this when you are in the test centre anyway, and remember, don't make a noise when you're in there because other people will be taking their tests. But anyway, that's the end of my video to do with the hazard perception test. This is my final thoughts on the actual hazard perception itself. Thank you for watching. I will be sharing with you at a later date my result from my HGV hazard perception theory test. Sometime in August. I reckon the video should be on here around about the end of August, beginning of September, with my full result, and then my practical test will be after. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. If the information that I've given you is of any use to you and has helped you, please give the video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Ta-ta for now.